All right, what's up, boys? It's Akron here. So I just wanted to show you real quick how I utilize all the info that's on YouTube that you can get for free. This is just to show how I learn and what I sort of process, how I take notes, all that sort of stuff. So if that's interesting to you, stay tuned. So I found this breakdown for Burnt by Phase 1 and Nosphere. I don't know how good it is, but either way, we're gonna work with it and I'll kind of go through the whole process.
What is good, everyone? It is your boy Phase 1 once again. My brand new song with Nosphere called Brunt just came out on Sounds of Mayhem. So just going to give you a quick little look into the project. This thing has been going on for like almost 2 years now, back and forth between me and him. So there's a lot of audio bounces and stuff like that. But it's a pretty messy file, to be honest. I'm normally much better at keeping it together, but I really wanted to put it on the end of year compilation, the Uprising 2, so I quickly whipped it together. You know, a bit of a rush job, but it works. It works. Anyway, let's jump straight into it.
Yeah, this song is sick. This song is really good. I'm not even gonna lie. It's one of my favorite songs he's done.
But if you haven't heard the song, go check it out. But I'm just gonna go through section by section, and we can kind of break down some of the elements. So it starts off like this. Kind of like a metal kind of ish riff. Phase 1 guitar emulator, great for discords, which is very true. The thing that makes the patch interesting is this little guy here, actually. It is Amp Knob. It's by Bogren Digital. Jens Bogren, if you haven't heard of him, he's produced like some of the biggest metal records over the past, 3 decades maybe? Man's just been in the game for a long time. Anyway, he has plugins which are super affordable. So these ones are really good for guitar as well. I mean, they're meant for guitar, but I've used them on my Serum patch. They're essentially just a amp simulator. Let me just play it before and after. This is with the amp simulator. And without.
Interesting. So first thing I'm taking note of is that distortion makes the whole difference. The sound before looks relatively easy to make. So if we look at the chain here, I don't know what this is down here. Like, I don't know what the CQ looks, I'm pretty sure it's off. So we have a saturator, analog, pretty much everything's default, +7 dB. Then the Serum, I'm pretty sure I can remake this real quick. Let me see if I can remake this. He writes his MIDI differently than I do. I usually go at 0. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. Let me just write some like random stuff out. Sure, we'll go with that. Okay, and then he has some kind of a waveform, maybe something like this. And then I believe he attacks it a little bit. Yeah, 51 attack. So for this, I'm literally copying the settings. 300, good enough. And then 2. It's just because I want to see like what this sounds like. So he has a filter. I believe it's some like this. Yeah. Quarter note. I can't even read it. The resolution's so bad. I think it's 16s, but I'm not sure. I think it's 16s. Trigger, sure. Low 12. A bit of drive. AB is on. Sub is on also. We don't need to pitch it down anything. We'll just have to pitch this up. I don't know what his project file is at. I'm assuming 150. Okay, so it's automating. He has some drive. He might have some pitch automation that I can't see. Okay, he's also automating this. Something like this. And then we don't have his amp sim or whatever, so we're just gonna make our own and we're just gonna go. It sounds literally nothing like him, but that's what I got. So he's been plussing also. Okay, that's what I was sort of missing. Bend plus. Detune does he automate the wavetable? No, he doesn't. Okay, if I add like a OTT and then a Faturator, can I get it close? Okay, I just put in like random notes, but that's...
Yeah, it's all Serum's doing really is just making some plucks with some like really tight attacks. And the LFO is just like affecting the filter to make it cut off really quick.
Yeah, anyways.
Just kind of like how you'd make any pluck. The real sound is coming from the amp. So, and it's basically the same thing on the left and right, I believe. The right one is exactly the same, but I changed the wavetable just so it sounds slightly different.
Okay, so when he does his like Serum guitar parts, which I didn't know he wrote these in Serum. I thought he actually played these. So that's interesting. He pans one left, pans one right. So like, let's say I was gonna take notes on this. Let's do phase 1 burnt track breakdown. Serum guitars, hard left and hard right, and then diff patches. That's how I would sort of take notes. So yeah, it just gives you the idea like how he made the guitar and then what he did with it. So he panned it hard left, hard right, and then changed the patches a little bit.
It's pretty minimal, to be fair, but I don't know. I just wanted some sort of variation between the left and right. Yeah, that one sounds cool actually. Without the amp simulator. So it sounds kind of silly without it. But together it sounds kind of nice. I've got one in the center as well. I felt like it needed it in the mix, I guess. I think it's just some preset that I found. But I also put the amp knob on it. So without it, it sounds like... Yeah.
It's kind of a sick preset, I'm not gonna lie.
Makes such a difference, and it kind of sounds like a guitar. Then we've got this guy, Grove Bass. It's a plugin. It's a Contact plugin.
Holy crap! Look at that EQ.
And
damn.
It's by Submission Audio. They make a lot of cool guitar plugins and bass plugins and all sorts of really cool stuff. I use this in almost every song these days. It's like, it just fills out that low end. I've recorded basses before and I have never got the same like results as this. That's just doing like the bass line for that little groove.
That's interesting.
A bit of EQ on that, and that's it. It's just a straight plugin. I've also got some assisting layers here from a heavier 7-string, basically just following the same pattern as the bass guitar. Just chugs, but together it sounds nice. You've probably seen my...
I wonder what he uses for all that.
Tutorials before. It's all just. I'm
assuming it's Contact stuff, right?
Except I've got Contact. This is a Get Good Drums plugin called the Invasion. It's made by the guys from Periphery, so they're obviously very talented people. I just kind of use it for the cymbals, to be fair, because I'm happy with my little library of drum samples. You know,
sound nice. It definitely sound nice.
I mean, like they're real recordings of cymbals as well. So they're good. Yeah, and then my little drum, I grouped everything together. The drum group's got just like a tiny bit of reverb on it to try and create like some room sound, essentially. So it's just kind of like a metal intro. There's a few little effects going on, like there's a clap and stuff. There's like a little beat. Some basic effects going on in the meantime, just to fill it all out. That's kind of it for the intro. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my ears.
Oh boy.
Why do we do that to ourselves? So yeah, that's the layer I forgot to tell you about. This fucking guy. God. It's just a whatever the fuck that is, just a wavetable. And it's just playing notes. It's nothing at all essentially, and the whole sound is coming from the reverb. So it's just like making that one sound super wide and super roomy, and then it's downsampled with this Redux. So that's where this is coming from. Let me just play it so you can hear it.
Damn.
This is the part where it hurts the ears. Ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie. But yeah, you can hear what it sounds like without any of that. It's like literally nothing, you know what I mean? Obviously needed to EQ that a little bit because it's so ear piercing. But yeah, that just kind of creates a nice like crisp layer in the back. Covers that high end spectrum of the frequency, you know. But that's it for the intro. The build up, next section. Some little vocals here going on. Should be noted that everything is being sent to this here. So like my side chain, everything's just being sent there. So there's a few little things going on there, like some side chain and stuff like that. There's also some endless smile that I've automated for the build-ups like that. You can see. So everything goes up.
Yeah, that's like a transition plugin. It's by, I believe it's Data Life. They made sausage fattener and endless smile. So yeah, if you're looking for which plugin that is, that's what it is.
It loses like the low end when it goes up as well. Like that. Also, there's a tape stop on there.
Might be worth getting just because like I do all this stuff manually, but it is a bit tedious to do manually. So endless smile might be worth it. I'm not saying it's the best. I have no idea, but it might be worth it. I'm gonna look into it for sure.
By Kilohearts.
That's something you can actually like. That's something I would take in notes. Check out endless smile plugin transition. Yeah,
I just all the time for this part here. The reason I've got it on this is because I want everything to have the tape stop effect. So you'll hear it right here. Ready? It's like cuts everything out, and then
yeah, this is free by the way. This is a Kilohearts tape stop. It's pretty good. Using it in one of my tracks right now that I'm working on. It's pretty good. But there's a bunch of these, but this one's free. So if you need one, Kilohearts Essential Bundle comes with a bunch of stuff. This is on it.
You turn it off to bring everything back in. Cool. Yeah, build up is just a build up. There's the same elements as the guitar riff, but it's just playing a one note, kind of creating like a drone effect leading into the drop.
Interesting.
We got some drop element.
That's kind of interesting. So he does not continue melodies into build, repeat same note over. I think it's something like that.
Elements coming in here as well. Jesus, this project is so messy.
I wish I could see like
Yeah, that's just
his volume stuff because I can't see anything.
introducing some of
That's
the bass
unlucky.
sounds, really. The vocal is just from a sample pack, actually. And then I put that on another track and put reverb on it and reversed it just to get like that backwards sweeping vocal, this thing here.
That's kind of sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of Nosfer's sounds. Little doop. Little zappy boy. And then, yeah, anyway, let's get into the fun stuff. Some drums. Here you go.
Finally.
Here's some drums for you. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to explain about that. Shout out Ivory for the snare. It's fucking punchy. I normally use my own snares for the songs, but I tried all my other snares and none worked. So
Fair enough.
we stuck with the original demo snare for this.
That'll
which I'm
happen.
totally fine with. Because Ivory's the boy. Anyway, drums are drums. Only thing I have to say about drums is just pick good samples. That's it. The least you have to do them, the better.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I don't know. I'm still obsessed with glue compressing them. I've been doing that for like years. I don't know if it makes them better. I just like how it sounds. I don't know if it's better. I don't think it's super traditional nowadays in dubstep to like glue compress the whole drum bus, but I like doing it. So
Basses. So we got a sub, nice fat sub. It's just operator. It's operator split into 2 chains. One for 2 chains. One for the low end, and then the high end we're putting dispersers on.
that's kind of interesting. That's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good idea. Split sub into high and low.
Cutting it right off and distorting the shit out of it with some erosion. And then at the end, I'm just kind of, after both, I'm taking out some of the mid-range to allow room for the basses. So yeah, but it sounds fat though. Everything else is just a complete mess. Like, look at this stuff. There was a lot of audio bouncing back and forth. And at one point, my computer decided to shit itself with all the theorems and things like that. So everything's audio. I prefer working like that anyway. So it's more visual. So anyway, first sound is this boy. We do love some yoys. So this main sound is essentially this guy here. Most of the characteristics are coming from the processing. Without it, it just sounds like this. Doesn't sound bad, but
Yeah, I mean, it sounds fine. You can definitely see like a notch here. That would make a pretty big difference. Triple OTT, am I reading that right?
want it to be a bit more tonal. So what you do is you find the frequency you want and you just crank it right up and then slam some OTT on there. That's pretty much it. And, you know, EQ appropriately. So yeah, sounds like that. Some supporting layers like this.
That's like the transient hit.
Yes, all the supporting layers with the main bass and the sub together. I then have all grouped together in a group which I call distortion because of this ring mod. I don't know the exact science behind it, but when you put more than one layer through a ring mod, it combines the sum of both signals or all the signals. So essentially what we're doing, we've got 2 chains.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, go back. I didn't get that.
Yes, all the supporting layers with the main bass and the sub together. I then have all grouped together in a group which I call distortion because of this ring mod.
Okay, what is this ring mod? Kilohearts ring mod.
I don't know the exact science behind it, but when you put more than one layer through a ring mod, it combines the sum of both signals or all the signals. So essentially what we're doing, we've got 2 chains here, one for the sub just to go through, and the one that's letting the higher end through, it's cutting off at 160. So if I just solo
Okay, this looks insane.
the distortion group, and you can get really crazy. Like the mix is only quite down low here. Let me put it all the way up.
Okay, that's kind of an insane trick. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna have to look at. This is crazy.
Yeah, super crunch. But yeah, for this song, it didn't need that amount of crunch because it's already quite loud.
Yeah, I don't understand how he does this though. Huh. Okay, let me see if I can get like a project real quick. Just don't know if I can test this out super easily. Why does he have input 3 and 4? That's what I don't get. what is this? I don't know why. Does it say? I can't read. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let me just throw something. Okay, so I've got a drop here. Let's see. Is my sub separate? And I don't understand. There's like a few things I don't understand right now. Let's go ring mod. So let's get the Kilohearts ring mod on here. And then he has the bias like all the way here. What else? Rectify. I think this is how he has it set up. Okay, I think I have it set up the way he does. I'm pretty sure. But I think he only does it on the highs. So let me try to do that. Okay, so let me get like an EQ and then just cut like 120. And then here again, EQ, let's go 120. Okay, this is definitely, I mean, it's definitely interesting. I just don't know, I don't know how to make this work.
Been distorted already. But that's a cool little technique to do. Just make sure you cut off your low end so the low end's not affected. You just want the higher end to be perceived as like distorting. But it kind of keeps everything all glued together, which is nice.
Yeah. Do I need it to be like 200? Okay. I mean, it's an interesting trick. I just don't really understand how this works. Yeah, so note's pretty simple. It's just so that I can do more research on this because I don't quite get it. And he's not really showing how to set it up. Or maybe he did, but I just didn't quite catch it. Or I didn't really get it.
Yeah. Bit of amp and disperser and reverb just kind of make it feel a bit more whole. Makes it kind of give like a bit of a room sound. And I like the song because it's bringing back the yoys. So it starts off with a variation. Nice beastly yoy. So pretty much what I did is I think the main sound, I just grabbed some of the audio from the first drop and just took it down an octave. Added a couple more layers in there. Just for some crispiness. Shout out Nasco, little Nasco gun. Just another layer, you know. There's nothing wrong with using samples. This was a serum patch for some tonalness, but it is now frozen, obviously, because this session got crazy. Yeah, more of this layer. So it's basically a variation of that first tonal pluck layer, except it's more atonal. It's, you know, all these things, they all just kind of sum up into one. Especially when you put it through that ring mod with the sub. Yeah. And there's obviously a screechy boy here as well. Alright, so this part, this is resampled, so this is what it sounds like now. It's really super blown out bass. So what I did is get my normal sub, which sounds like this. And I basically just blew it the fuck out using an EQ shape like this. Horrendous, very, very unconventional. Stupid. But it sounds...
That's kind of the fun of making this kind of music, though. It's just like you do stuff like that. And any professional engineer would have like a heart attack just seeing that.
So it sounds like this. It sounds awful right now. Super blown out. But so anyway, I then resampled it into this. And then... turn that off now.
How do you resample it, though?
And then this one
is
then
there you go.
Even more so EQ'd, took all that disgusting muddiness out, added some high end to it, and it sounded more like this.
Yeah, this isn't the first like track breakdown of phase one that I've seen, but he is just not shy. Not shy about insane hue curves. Just do what sounds good. Who cares? if it's insane to
this. Still very overpowering, but
I mean, it sounds good in
you take out
context,
all
so
those
it literally doesn't matter.
layers and add some crunch to it.
Literally doesn't matter.
In the mix, it works. So like in the mix, it sounds like this. There's still stuff like that going in the background just to support that. And once again, that's all still going through the ring mod. So it sounds like this together. Yeah, so that's super blown out bass with the supporting layers. Oh man, it's confusing. This session's confusing. And then what else is there? There's a little yoink here doing this. And I've just got it going up in pitch using a pitch shifter. So yeah, that's that section. And then yeah, this is the part that I wanted to show you. So you can see all these layers, but actually they're not being used. So this one, it's essentially all just coming from the reverb. The reverb is cranked out, and then it's being automated, so it cuts off. So this sound is actually muted using a utility here, as you can see, cut off, and it comes in. So it gets that like kind of sweeping effect. And these ones are essentially the same.
This looks insane.
I just pitch these around using the pitch knob. Yeah, but it's just that sound. But just stacked with reverb and pitched around. So there's 3 different notes there. kind of weird, but it sounds cool. But that's kind of it for the tune, guys. Like it's a messy one. Same thing here again with that resample blown out thing. It's kind of the gist of it. It's not a very exciting session to show, but at least you get to kind of have an insight on.
I'm not gonna lie, most of the sessions are not super exciting to see. No diss to Phase 1, but he works a lot in audio, so it's, and I don't know, I feel like I haven't seen too many of his patches. That's fine. Honestly, who cares, bro? You don't have to show anything, but at least he's showing us this. But yeah, anyways, hopefully this helps. I mean, I tried to just like literally show you how I go about like learning from tutorials or like track breakdowns. And like what I do is I just take notes. Pretty simple. And then I'll have an Ableton open. And then if I see anything interesting that I want to try out, I'll right away just go in the Ableton. If it's like, I've never tried to do a guitar in Serum. So that's why I copied his exact settings because I've never done it before. So I have no idea like how it works. So I can't really tweak it to make it my own just yet because I've never done it. But let's say he was like showing a bass. I wouldn't even really care that much about the settings. I would more like care about like the general idea of the bass. So like which filter is he using? Why is he using the filter? Is the sub on or not? You know, like stuff like that. Or which waveform is he using and does it matter? Or can I just use anything and then just get like different timbres? But yeah, I mean, this is usually the amount of notes that I end up getting from like one of these. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, depends. But yeah, I just kind of keep this. I use Notion, don't really have to use like anything fancy. Google Docs will work, anything, but just like somewhere that you can just keep these. And eventually, like if you want to go back, like for example, I could go check out like Endless Smile right now, or I could do some research on like ring mod distortion effects, because that was super weird. And like I've never seen anybody do that. So yeah, but honestly, it's super straightforward. Like it's nothing groundbreaking. It's pretty much like learning any skill, taking notes, trying stuff out. and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go check out all of these, Phase One's label has a bunch of tutorials. I guess this one isn't on his label, but generally they're on Sounds of Mayhem. I guess this one wasn't. Maybe Sounds of Mayhem wasn't a thing back then, but yeah. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Thank you.